Hey everybody, it's Tuesday and April 14th. We're at about 2 million confirmed cases with the PCR test, which we know is an imperfect test, and we're getting closer every day to an antibody test, which is going to give us real answers about how many people actually have been infected by this virus. There's information that the virus will likely have some seasonality to it, but we're not really sure exactly what that'll look like. Comparing it to other coronaviruses, it does appear that there may be a mixed level of immunity, meaning the immunity that you have now may wane over a period of time, as is true of the immune system and its reaction to other types of infections. Sometimes that immunity is lifelong, and sometimes it's short-lived. So we're really not sure about those things yet, and we won't be sure for quite some time as studies roll out. So I just wanted to speak today about why I'm doing this. Why am I recording these videos? I said to my wife that I wouldn't do another video after my last one because it's just, it's sort of draining. It's kind of strange. Speaking into a camera in my home office and not being able to go to the office and take care of my patients. But that's why I'm doing this, because I want to do something to help take care of the people I love and care about. And the number of questions that I get every day from family alone is daunting. And so I wanted to be able to give some answers and give some hope. A friend of mine asked me last night what I thought of hope in this disease, and whether I thought that could help people who were infected. And the answer to that is a very simple yes. I think that in medicine, we see sometimes the darkest of what life has to offer. I remember hating being an inpatient provider, being in that hospital. And so I chose sports medicine, community medicine, to I guess participate in a happier specialty, but I'll never forget my roots in family medicine, and I'll never forget the lessons I learned there in the hospital. And these are the lessons. The lessons are: take care of your body, take care of your mind, take care of your spirit, and you'll be amazed at what your body gives you back, and you'll be amazed at what your mind and your heart can give you when you really are dedicated 100% to being the best version of yourself. And I know that that's not a COVID-specific statement, but that is what I'm trying to convey to people every day when I sit in front of this camera. It's the lessons I learned along the way. And one of the hard lessons you learn in medical school is that as you learn a mechanism of action, as you learn this physiologic process, there seems to be this light that opens up, and this possibility of intervening to save people from suffering by some biomechanical engineering of these systems. And you think about the pharmaceutical mechanisms of actions and how they attack various pathways in abnormal physiology or an infection. The latest question is acetazolamide for high-altitude pulmonary edema. And the similarities between COVID pneumonia and high-altitude pulmonary edema are vast. But the hard lesson is, as a student, just because there's correlation doesn't mean there's causation, and just because you can interfere with a pathway with a specific drug, or just because you can interfere with viral replication with zinc and Plaquenil, for example, that doesn't mean that clinically the results are going to be as promising. And so we have clinical trials, and we have to be patient. And while we're being patient, people are dying. And so there's always this knee-jerk reaction of, well, how can it hurt? We don't know what we don't know. We don't know how what we're doing today is going to hurt somebody. And that's why we do clinical trials. And so yes, there is definitely room for experimentation, and a lot of that experimentation is happening. But what's not experimental is the stronger lesson for everybody. Stop smoking, eat right, go for a walk outdoors, get some fresh air. You want to take some vitamins? No problem. Take some vitamin C, take some zinc, magnesium. Vitamin D is offered in the sun, but you can also take it as a supplement. But more importantly, eat healthy. Eat things with color, fruits and vegetables, fresh fruits and vegetables when possible, if not dried fruits and vegetables. But make your diet primarily composed of those types of whole foods. And that's the thing that I'm trying to convey every time I sit behind this camera. It's that we can intervene and wake up the intelligence, that locked away intelligence of our own system, through the practice of meditation or prayer, through daily exercise, through hydration and nutritional strategies. And those are things you can control right now. Those are things you can intervene in right now. And if you're sick, call a doctor. Why? Because we studied our entire lives to be able to provide you sound advice, weighing risks and benefits, and understanding and being able to hold your hand through a disease state that's fraught with uncertainty and help you to make decisions. Should I take this medication? Try to get away from this idea that we're going to jump on every pathway and every abnormal hijacked system that this coronavirus is causing and find this silver bullet. There are no silver bullets, unfortunately. We've learned that time after time in medicine. There are no silver bullets. The idea that I'm trying to convey today is find some trusted professionals in your circle. I had my first experience with a troll on a YouTube video, and I was accused of costing thousands of people their lives because I said that Plaquenil is not the magical cure for this disease. Do I understand the mechanism of action in terms of interfering with viral replication and how Plaquenil has a specific mechanism of action that inhibits the red blood cell being attacked by the malaria? Yeah, I understand it. Do I understand how zinc plays a role in that? Yes. I also understand that tetracyclines and azithromycin, which are antibacterial medications, may have a benefit in viral diseases, knowing that it's not going to directly kill the virus, but it probably has a low enough risk profile and a potential benefit that makes it worthwhile. The point is, the thing I'm trying to convey clearly is that those things are not magic bullets, and the anxiety that I see, the real disease of this pandemic, is mental strain, stress, anxiety. That's what I see. I see people socially isolated. I see people locked away in their homes, and they're facing uncertainties they're not used to facing. We're all going to live. We're all going to die. And in this time of unbelievable pain and suffering and unbelievable heroism and people winning the battle against this disease, I'd like to focus on the things that you can control at home. And acetazolamide is the drug that people are now holding on to as the miracle. And if you want to jump on that and believe that, I think that causes more damage than good. And hopefully that's coming across. We can't just jump on everything. And one more piece. The politics, we've got to grow up. We've got to come together and make this latest disaster in our country be a wake-up call to ourselves that we can't keep waving the red and blue banners and try to fit everything into a duality. We've got to start to recognize that life is more complex than taglines and headlines, and that conversations are needed. I think we're all a lot more similar than we are different, and I think that if we do sit down, and I think if we do take the time to talk to one another and listen to one another, we'll learn a hell of a lot more than with what goes on now. And the way that's manifesting in my specialty right now is every headline is the next great solution to this problem. If there were a great solution, we wouldn't be sitting in our houses for the past month. We wouldn't be concerned about the next wave of COVID infection in the fall. Our kids would be in school, we'd be at work. None of this would be happening. But there is no great solution. There is no magic bullet. Life is complex, disease states are complex, the solutions are complex. I hope you'll all be safe, I hope you'll all be well, and I hope this message is uplifting and hopeful, even though there's sort of a heaviness to me today. And I think that heaviness is just related to the realization of how difficult this is for everybody. And be well, be safe, and take time to take care of yourself. God bless you. I'll see you all soon.